Welcome to Gossip of the Day.
I've been married to Sarah for 10 years. 10 years of comfort, routine, and the kind of love that feels safe, like a warm blanket on a cold night. But life has a funny way of twisting the plot when you least expect it. It started at family gatherings. I'd always enjoyed them. The noise, the laughter. Sarah's family was warm, welcoming. But then one day it was like someone turned up the color on the screen and everything became brighter, clearer, sharper. She walked in. Emily, Sarah's niece. I'd known her for years, but that day she looked different, or maybe it was me who was different. I caught myself watching her laugh at some joke her uncle made, the way she tossed her hair back, how her eyes sparkled. It was innocent at first, a fleeting admiration, but it didn't stop. Every family event after that, my eyes found her in the crowd. I'd noticed the way she moved, the sound of her voice, how she listened intently when someone spoke to her. I convinced myself it was nothing, that it was just a harmless crush, but the more I tried to ignore it, the more it grew. It was during a barbecue at Sarah's parents' house when I realized I was in trouble. I was grilling and Emily came up to chat. We talked about everything and nothing, her job, my work, a movie she'd seen, but there was this energy between us, this pull I couldn't explain. She laughed at something I said, and for a second it was like we were the only two people there. I knew it was wrong. I was married, she was family, in a way. But I couldn't stop thinking about her. I'd wake up at night staring at the ceiling, wondering what it meant. Did she feel it too? Was I crazy? I started dreading family gatherings and looking forward to them all at once. Then, one evening, I caught her looking at me from across the room. It wasn't just a glance, it lingered. That look confirmed what I had been too scared to admit. She felt it too. I was terrified and thrilled, all in one heartbeat. Sarah started noticing. She asked why I seemed distant, why I was distracted. I didn't have the courage to tell her the truth. I couldn't bear the thought of hurting her, of tearing our life apart for something that felt impossible. But the more I tried to resist, the deeper I fell. Emily and I began to find excuses to be near each other, a conversation in the kitchen, a shared smile when no one was looking. It was electric, intoxicating, and completely out of control. It took me months to accept it, to admit that this wasn't just a passing infatuation. I loved her. I was in love with Emily. And as much as I wanted to deny it, pretend it wasn't happening, I knew I couldn't keep living a lie. I had to make the hardest decision of my life. I ended my marriage with Sarah. It was messy, painful, like tearing out a part of myself. She didn't understand, and honestly, I couldn't blame her. I barely understood it myself. But I couldn't keep pretending. Not with Sarah, and not with Emily. Emily and I, we found our way to each other. It wasn't easy. It took time, patience, and more heartache than I'd ever imagined. But we made it. We got married, and now we have children. A life together that, for all its complications, feels right. It's not perfect, but it's ours. And as I sit here now, watching Emily play with our kids, I know I made the right choice. Love doesn't follow the rules we set. It doesn't fit neatly into the lives we've planned. It just happens. And when it does, all you can do is hold on tight and hope you're brave enough to see it through to the end.